So, the Ministry of Finance's latest statistics show that the income gap between men and women in 2023 reached its smallest gap in 3 years. But it's still a huge gap. What can we take away from these numbers?
We can still see a very huge gap exist. And though the government says that this is the lowest in 3 years, but we have to emphasize that uh, 3 years ago, that was when COVID-19 hit Taiwan. And from what we observe, women's jobs are gravely affected by the epidemic during that time. So we can anticipate the gender wage gap will be very large back in that era. So this in 2025, there comes the lowest gender wage gap that we think is normal and it's natural happened and it is not affected by national policy. So we think it is still a very huge gap that should be taken care of.
And why is there still such a huge gap? Why is it that a man earns so much more than a woman still in Taiwan?
There are a lot of reasons. For example, men are relatively have more opportunities to get promoted, and once a woman get married or if she has child, then her income will be affected. That still happens in Taiwan. If we compare women with children and women without children, the income of women with children are averagely lower than women without children. So that's one of the reasons. And also, when there are, you can say there are separations between professionals. For example, in Taiwan, if you work as an engineer in semiconductor industry, then you have a much more higher pay than other workers that work in service industries. And there is a lot of men uh, concentrate in the semiconductor industry, but women mainly work in service industry.
And given this persistent gap, what would it take for a man and a woman to earn the same? Do you see this happening in your lifetime?
Maybe not in my lifetime. From what we know, the government policy is very important. They have a very important role in shortening the gender wage gap. For example, several European countries are perform uh, much worse than Taiwan 10 years ago, but they are performing better than Taiwan now because they have their policies. But Taiwan still do not have a national level policy to counter the gender wage gap. So we think it is you can say it is a huge problem if you want to achieve gender equality in Taiwan.